What does it mean for a country to have a plan? At its core, a national plan dictates exactly how a nation's resources should be put to use. Every effective plan must establish broad general goals alongside specific measurable objectives. And crucially, these milestones must be achieved within a clearly specified period of time. Think of it an anchor. Without defined target and clock running, execution falls apart. This brings us to economic planning. This is defined as making major economic decisions based on a comprehensive structural survey of the economy as a whole, rather than leaving development to market chance. To execute this version, India relied on 5-year plans. Every plan was built upon a combination of 4 fundamental pillars: growth, equity, modernization, and self-reliance. Let's break down how this works. To make this operational, the Government of India established the Planning Commission in 1950s, intentionally positioning the Prime Minister as its chairperson to give it maximum execution power. The first pillar is growth. Growth refers directly to increasing the country's gross domestic product, or we can say GDP, across the core sectors of agriculture, service, and manufacturing. GDP is increased by expanding the nation's capacity to produce goods and services. This requires scaling up critical supporting infrastructure like transport, banking, power, and communication. The second pillar is modernization. This is the adoption of new technology to direct boost the output of goods and services, such as introducing high yield seeds in agriculture or upgrading to modern machineries in factories. But modernization is not just mechanical, it also demands fundamental changes in social outlook, most notable through the recognition of women's empowerment. Third is the self-reliance. This strategy means avoiding import of goods that could realistically be produced within India's itself. By driving internal growth, the nation reduces its dependence on foreign powers, safeguarding its policies from foreign interference. The fourth crucial pillar is equity. Growth, modern technology, and self reliance mean very little if the wealth is concentrated. Equity ensures that the benefit of economic prosperity actively reach the poor section of society rather than being concerned solely by the rich. To reach both equity in the rural economy, India focused heavily on land reforms. This meant a complete overhaul in the ownership structure of land holdings. The core philosophy was very simple: ensures that land legally passed out of the hands of landlords and directly to the people who actually cultivate it. This was famously hailed as providing land to the tiller of the soil. Looking at the broader mapping of agrarian reform, the strategy was two-pronged: technical reform, which sparked the Green Revolution, and institutional land reforms. Institutional changes specifically requires the abolition of intermediaries, securing ownership rights and tenants, and keeping maximum land ownership via land ceiling. However, economic eras change. The planning running from 2012 to 2017 marked the final 5-year plan in Indian history. The old system of centralized planning has been completely dismantled. In its place, the government established the Niti Aayog, the National Institution of Transforming India, acting as a modern dynamic think tank to guide the nation forward. Thank you.